Welcome to Crypt Theory, where we go into the unexplainable, the supernatural, and the dark mysteries of the real world. Let's get into it. Today, I'm thinking about changing up things a little bit. It's not just going to be cryptids. We're also going to go into some true crime and hopefully some cold cases down the line from here. But I was thinking, you know what, first true crime video, see how this does. And we're just going to go right into the heat of it with the Milwaukee Cannibal, the Netflix documentary series man himself, Jeffery Dahmer. I thought I would get the big, despicable, horrible people out of the way that are well known from documentaries and stuff, and then go into more not as known. Well known to unknown, same thing as my cryptid series. Yeah, let's talk. I'm gonna talk about Dahmer for a little bit, and this one's gonna be pop this one in the background as for background noise. Have this go while you sleep if you're weird like that. But anyways, make sure you go ahead and leave a like before you hear me talk about something you've probably heard 50 different times before. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see, why not? So Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm just gonna call him Dahmer so I don't have to keep on saying full name. Born May 21st, 1960, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to Joyce and Lionel. Dahmer, early years, unremarkable, signs of trouble, servicing during his adolescence, exhibited disturbing behavior for sure, including fascination with dead animals and alcohol abuse, which that is now one of the attributable signs to psychosis in young children as the psychosis triangle. Fascination with dead animals. And I'm not sure the other two, but I know that's one of them at a young age. In June 1978, Dahmer graduated from high school, enrolled in Ohio State University. However, his time was short-lived, dropped out after just one semester due to his drinking problem and increasing detachment from reality. Dahmer had a rough childhood, so it was a very, very. I'd hate to blame it on, oh, he just had a rough childhood, that's why he did it. That had a part of it, but I also believed he is a really messed up man. And I know I'm doing a video about him, but I don't like how much attention he has gotten, and no remorse really for the families. These big companies, Netflix, Hulu, your big companies making documentaries about him, making TV series about him, and getting minute facts wrong and not paying homage to any of the families in a credible way. Now, I might be completely wrong. They might get paid, the families of the victims might get paid in some way behind the scenes or whatever. But if I'm wrong about that, of course, my bad. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. And let's continue. After leaving college, returned to live with his parents. Behavior continued to deteriorate. He was arrested in '88 for indecent exposure. It was the first of many brushes with the law. Small things here, small things there. Um, it wasn't until 1920 or July 22nd, sorry, 1991 that Dahmer's dark secret was exposed. Milwaukee police discovered human remains in his apartment, horrifying evidence, gruesome crimes, photos over a period of 13 years. Dahmer killed and dismembered 17 young men and boys. Now, later on in the series, you'll see a lot of this over a while from pretty much before the early. What you'll realize nowadays is there's not as many serial killers being caught, or ones that have started nowadays. They're usually in the 90s and beforehand. A lot of them, like your John Wayne Gacy's, your Ted Bundy's, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein was in the 60s. Your really well-known documentary people, those are from the 90s. The 90s is from 60s to 90s mainly, and before that, it's because there wasn't as much police connection between different towns and the feds at that time. There wasn't like, oh, well, let's say Houston police are connected to Austin police as well as they are today, and not all their databases for criminals and crimes and all of that was connected. Like it is today. So I believe that's why there is not as many serial killers getting away with it or started before the serial killing actually starts. For the new people that might be getting into true crime, a serial killer is classified as a person that has killed 3 or more people. So yeah. So we will get more into that and at a later time. Okay, so details of these crimes shook the world mainly. Alerted the victims into his apartment, promised money, alcohol, proposed as a photographer, saying, "Hey, I'll take pictures of you. Just come to my apartment," and all of that. And drugged them, strangled them, in involved in a how do I phrase this? We'll go with mewing, or kissing. He involved with the kissing dead bodies, and experimental cannibalism, preserving body parts as horrible trophies. You'll see that in a lot of serial killers, though, of them keeping certain things as trophies of their kills, which I find pretty interesting how it varies of what trophy they take, differing from the person. Reign of Terror didn't end with his imprisonment. November 28th, 1994. Dahmer just beaten to death by a fellow inmate in the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin. His gruesome demise, I want to say gruesome, I say deserved. It would mark an end to a horrible person in American criminal history. Yet, the legacy of this guy, of Dahmer, lives on, haunting the collective consciousness, psychologists, criminologists, and true crime enthusiasts. And I wouldn't call myself a true crime enthusiast, but I'm listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff about it. Continue to study his case, searching for clues and understand the mind of this horrible, horrible human being. Which is factual. But there's so much stuff on this dude. There's so much. I think if it didn't happen in when it did, saying if he got caught with 1, 2, maybe even 3 or 4, and earlier, I don't think he would be as big as he is today, as well known as he is today, and um, as studied as he is today. Um, for sure. Um, the most chilling aspect of his story is the question of what could have been done to prevent all these. Despite numerous encounters with law enforcement and mental health professionals, his predatory behavior was unchecked for years. It's been proven he's running with police on these issues before the killings, and it never made anything better about it at all. Um, which is interesting of how nobody did anything about it. Not even a mental institution would. Today, his childhood home stands a sobering reminder the horrors that took place within the walls. It serves as warning against dangers of ignoring the warning signs of mental illness and importance of vigilant law enforcement. I think this was a huge turning point in how mental illness was monitored as young kids and even adults. I think mental health was this case is a reason for a big mental health shift of how carefully curated um, everything was, and how thought out everything was about this. So what we can learn from this really is it it's a reminder for sure that nothing's safe. You think you might know a person, but you really don't. Um, you can't just trust that random stranger that seems nice because you don't know what they have in their closet, what skeletons they have hiding in their closet, or who they are outside of a public image. Um, and it's truly defined what horrors that the real world and real people can portray upon other human beings and other pieces of society. And the true violence that lurks in the shadows of society, not even out in the open. Um, but thanks for joining me. It's a short video about Dahmer, just to give you a little snippet of what is yet to come true crime wise. I'm hoping to be able to do more long form and more get into the case and all that. But this is just a snippet of seeing how this does performs. But thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and I'm Crypt Theory, and I'm signing off. See you next time.